Let's get started.
Now let's get it all in perspective. We did it like that, and now we do it like this.
Do not attempt to adjust your dial. I'm transmitting live. Yo,
Let's get down to business.
Now let's get it all in perspective. We did it like that, and now we do it like this.
All right.
for the underground world, every street and borough.
You may learn something.
Experience.
You are now listening to the Joe Rogan Experience with Chico, Simon, Kamar, and your host, Matt Floyd.
Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience. My name is Matt Floyd, joined as always by Kamar
Welcome to the party.
and Simon.
Greetings and salutations.
What we do here is very simple. The three of us have listened to every episode of the Joe Rogan Experience this week. We're going to rate each episode as well as the week on a scale of 1 to 5 Jamie Vernons. We're then going to talk about each guest, give our talking points, opinions, this, that, and the next. But first, Kamar's going to read off the new Patreons.
My favorite thing to do, the best Patreons in the world, and this week we have a ton, so this might take up most of the show. Big shout out to Jason Oderkirk.
No, we did him last week, and you got his name perfectly last week, and this week you fumbled with it.
No way.
Double shout out to Jason.
Double shout out to
Odenkirk.
Jason. We're still happy to have you, bro.
Way to go.
Oh, I meant, sorry, a big shout out to Mike Fool, who is no fool, for joining the Patreon.
I actually believe he's a return. I could be wrong.
Welcome back to Mike Fool, who is no fool. 'Cause
Whether he's
a
new
Patreon.
or a return, shout out Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Is that it, Kamar?
No, I just
You're
had
reading
to
this
read
guy's
it.
email.
A big shout out to Greg Bartek.
Can I see it? I think it's Bartikowski.
Bartikowski, come
Oh, no,
on
it's-
down.
Bardasiewicz. I believe.
Barbituate.
Bardasiewicz?
Greg Barbituate. Greg Bardosiewicz. Otsowitz.
Bartosiewicz?
Bartosiewicz.
I think that's it.
Come on down. There it is.
Thank you, Greg.
Sorry if we
And,
fucked your name up, Greg.
Oh,
Zachary
you definitely
Bam, who
fucked
came
his
back and
name
added
up.
his
I think
pledge.
I got it closer than Kamar.
For other patrons that don't know that, you can edit pledges and just give money if you want. Thank you so
That's
much.
not how that works. That's not how it works.
They can't just give money?
No, it's when you edit your pledge, you're saying I used to donate $5 a month. Now I'm giving 10.
But they could give like $1 million if they wanted to. No?
I don't know how. No, I believe.
Don't
on
test it out.
No, I think on Patreon you can only give.
Someone
I don't know. It's a good
tested
question.
out.
It's a good question.
Thank you to all the Patreons. I love you
an
guys.
asshole.
You get the post Joe and all those amazing throwbacks we did back in the day.
right,
We had
well-
content to review.
Wasn't one of those a $30, by the way? Shouldn't we give him an extra?
Mike
shout
Fool,
out?
he's
Mike
no fool.
Okay,
Yeah,
there you
yeah,
go. Well, you're
yeah.
just saying he's no fool. That doesn't
I
help.
think I said he gave
Oh,
something
okay.
like that.
Yeah.
And let's see if someone can give $1 million. We'll give it back.
Gracias, Mike.
We'll give it back after
So
2
he's
months.
at the $30. Oh no, he's probably given 20. I don't know. That's weird. How's he at the $30?
I think you can just give as much money as you want.
maybe.
And if that's been holding you back, now you know.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what's been holding people back. Kamar, how was your week?
Oh, I had a crazy week. As you know, my friend was back from
England.
Jolly Good England, but he's from here. And on Thursday night,
Yep.
he sort of had a get-together at Irene's.
Yep.
And it was all people I've known for 20 plus years.
Was Drew's art still up?
Drew's art was still up. Drew was there, like Costa, Brad, like just.
Not Simon, though.
Would you want to have been invited?
Of course I would.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude.
What a fucking douchebag.
Oh, welcome to being 40. Everyone forgets about
You should come on Tuesday.
No, it's too late. I've
Goodbye.
been
I'm
insulted,
so
and
sorry,
now
man.
I'm purposely not going to attend.
Wow. Maybe we shouldn't tell the story. But anyways,
Solidarity.
it was just a reunion of seeing old faces and friendly faces and old stories about when you're 14 and 13 and stuff, you know what I mean? Because it was to remember, it was help our friend who came back because our friend killed himself, sort of grieve with loved ones. So I'm sorry, Simon. I really
That's
apologize.
okay. I didn't realize it was a Johan thing.
Then on Friday, we went to the Red Blacks game. It was the first time I've ever gone to something where there was lots of people, you know what I mean?
it. First time ever.
No. Post-demic or whatever you want to call it.
Post-demic.
I think we're still in this thing,
it.
but-
We're still in it, so but
It was the
these
first
signs,
live event you went
just
to.
lineups,
with
groups of
people.
people everywhere. I mean, I wasn't weird or anything, but I was hanging out with
Oh, we know you weren't.
who I couldn't afford the tickets.
No, you're with Keith, obviously.
I was with Keith, and he's a rock star
Well,
or a bar star.
yeah.
Because he picks up a lot of girls.
Yep.
No.
Am I gonna have to edit that out? Back
No.
that up because it's just not true what you're saying.
It's not at all true.
I'm
He
telling
has
you,
a girlfriend.
In the olden
yes,
days.
To say
you
he
mean.
picks up girls
No,
though is hold on.
it's misleading in
Yes.
that you think he does something with them, but he just like he knows every girl in Ottawa. If you're out at an event like this, it'll blow your mind how many people come up to him.
No, I used to go to Red Blacks games with Keith all the time. First of all, he doesn't sit. There's no seat.
No,
he
there's
doesn't.
there isn't a moment he's not talking. It's just it's unbelievable to be with someone who's like a social superstar.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it
Well,
was
it's a good thing. I used to go to Sens games with Keith. Same thing. You
You
never
know what I'm
sat.
talking about.
You ended up in a box that you weren't in 20 minutes ago. Like that's just Keith.
He's a mover and a shaker.
He
And he hangs out with rich guys, man. And you really feel when you're around rich guys, like someone who doesn't care about money.
That's one of the biggest things I've realized recently is, and no disrespect to present company, of course, I am also this, but like, it's just way easier to get ahead in life if you have rich and powerful friends.
You're just so much more at ease.
It's not only that, it's just like if you had a business idea that you had like no way of getting off the ground, all of a sudden all these doors open up.
Okay, that's great because for the poster, I have a question that was on the internet that I thought would be interesting to ask. So we went to a football game. There was one point we went to the bar after, sort of, the game, and Keith had these 4 blonde girls all around him, and they were willing to talk to us because we were with him. You know what I mean? And then he got rid of them and got another group of girls to come sit with us. Like it was insane.
I think you're forgetting though, when you know you're not trying to fuck one of them because you have a girlfriend at home, it's gotta be a quick recycle.
But no, but it's just wild, and it's just a wild night to be out. And then last
Man,
night,
you really haven't been out in a while. Like you're
well, and last night I went up to. Have you ever been to the compound?
No.
You've never been to.
No, those guys don't like me. The older one doesn't mind me. Who's that? Nick?
No one cares anymore. Well, I was talking to someone the other day. Like when you hear about people you knew back in the day, you just want to hear they're doing well.
You don't know me very well.
Yeah. I looked at Simon, knew he was going to nod, and I looked at him like, what is this guy on about?
Keep in mind, I think 90%. I agree with 90%
Oh,
of that.
but just if in this time of disconnection, the reconnecting, you talk to someone and say so and so, like, oh, how are they doing? You want them to say like, oh, they're doing well.
Yeah, you want people to be doing well. Not too well, but well.
Not yeah.
No, but not all of them. That's just a
Not
lie.
all, yeah,
Listen,
fair
like I
enough.
said, 90% of the people I grew up with, even some of them that I didn't really like, I hope they're doing really well. I really do.
I just would be shocked that if anyone there could have anything against you. It's just a cool zone. But anyways, I went up there, and as I was saying to Simon, the key to that is that they're not going anywhere. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
They're not going to decide they want to sell their house to get a bigger house in a nicer neighborhood. Like
Well, that's why you buy land, though, right?
they found their spot.
Yeah. But I
And-
think, Kamar, that's like when you buy land and say to yourself, I'm going to build something here. I think you're, at least in my eyes, you're saying like, I'm here for.
You say that, but
I thought that with every house I've bought. You know what I mean? This
Well,
will
in
be
the
the
city, in
last
the
house.
city.
But hear me
Yeah.
out. But I think that's the difference is that you're buying a home. And yeah, you say that in your head. I'm not, because that's also because you hate moving. Like most people don't like moving, relocating. But I think with land, you put in so much. I don't know.
well, they have in this situation. But we had a friend who had one of the most amazing spots I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah.
Had a feeling of this. Thank God, this place will always be here, like as a getaway, and it sold.
I had that feeling.
Well, yeah, you know.
Yeah,
So yeah,
100%.
did you always think that you'd grow old there?
Foolishly, I always, I mean, keep in mind, when we owned that cottage, we never ever owned it outright. My grandfather bought it with his 3 business partners in 83, the year I was born. So it was always a split thing. Towards the last 10, 15 years, it's been us and another family. The other family has substantially more money. I'll put it to you this way. I never worked hard enough to justify being angry that it's gone. Like if
It was in your control to possess it.
No, like if I had worked my ass off in my 20s, I could have bought my mom's half. She bought her half off my grandfather. So I just,
Because you were thinking at that time, oh, this is just be here. Nothing I have to worry about.
I also think that I thought when my mom bought it off my grandfather, I thought in my head like, okay, she's doing this to keep this in the family for good and so that eventually one of us will. The cost is too great. It just like my parents have money, but it's not worth it. The amount of money they must have spent. You got to moor the boat. You got to put gas in the boat. You got
It's
to
like dead stock on a shelf.
And not to mention, you can only go up there like 3-4 months a year because it's on an island. So
I'm sorry that happened to you though. But
no, I'm not sorry. Listen,
for me, this is now, and I realize this whole time I could have been going up there. Anytime I just didn't want to deal with this city and bullshit, and I've had enough downtime, and I just didn't. Also, obviously, my situation is not easy to get up there, but it's so calming. Like you said, when you get to your place, you're like, you know what I mean?
I think that's where you hit the nail on the head. Is that I just regret all the times I didn't go up where I could have.
There it is. But I will never have that with it. I'll die before you go up there and like some other person has done something with this. And you're like, I remember when this used to, you know?
I mean, that would be the dream.
And I felt it there.
Things happen, you know?
Yeah. Anything can happen, but I think it'd be the end of the world. Like,
I also look
they
at it
just
like,
have everything they need up there.
I look at it like this too. Like, you know, for us, like we sold the cottage. The times were with the people up there.
Yes.
Had nothing to do with the place. The place was beautiful. There's a million beautiful places. Hopefully we'll get another one and, you know, we'll create new memories. It is what it, like, I don't know. No one died. That's how I look at it.
But like, there's never a time when it's just the core people up there, ever. On Tuesday nights, every Tuesday night they have a concert up there. Well, not a concert, but a jam session because you know they bought the place across the way, and all those couches.
Yanger did.
And yeah, and just everyone's fucking blowing bongs. It's
I mean, I love that. I could never be that. I require my aloneness too much to have a.
I'm the same way.
You know what I mean? I like the idea.
Yeah.
But not really for me.
So it was like when I was talking to you before, I was like, I just always show up. And you're like, I don't know. There is the one place.
I agree. I would still love to give people warning that I was going. You know,
You're that guy. It would break my heart if I ever went up there and it was like, yeah, we're just sort of take it easy.
Let me ask you this. What if, let's just pure hypothetical, I win $70 million tomorrow. I buy 100 acres of land just outside the city and I build, not even build, like let's just, I buy 100 acres and I say to like my 10 closest friends, everyone come, I'll give you 10 acres, build a home on it, and we'll start like a little compound. Well, would you do that?
In a second, like tomorrow.
Yeah. You?
Sure.
You have 70 acres?
No, but if we have $70 million, how hard is it?
$70 million?
I started this off
Is
by
part
saying
of mine waterfront?
hypothetical.
Do I get some waterfront?
Oh,
Or am I
this is
I'm not taking the waterfront.
No, you're taking
This
the whole
is
waterfront?
Matt's gonna fly on his own volition to Europe type scenario.
No, I could actually win the lottery. That happens to
You
people.
could do that other thing
You actually think I could fly to Europe?
just as much as you could win 70 million in the lottery, I guess.
Well, now you're just being ridiculous. Simon, how was your week?
Holy shit, that was all his week. That was a long week.
Well, we have nothing else to do,
week.
so
Oh,
like
it's
I'm not
true.
going to rush him
That's
through
true.
it.
Well, in that case, my week was all
Buckle up.
right.
What's grinding your gears this week? What's got you
Oh
pissed?
shit, I don't know. What's even grinding my gears this week? I didn't give it too much thought. It'll come to me later on.
I'll say happy Labor Day to everyone, too.
It's so funny. I was just literally, that was on the tip of my tongue. Nice work, Kamar. No more wearing white.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I know you will.
No, I thought it was you can't wear white before Labor Day.
No, it's white after
It's
Labor
after.
Day, I'm
White
sure.
after Labor Day?
Because
What, they don't want you wearing white in the summer?
one time I bought this Jay Lindberger white belt.
Oh yeah.
You know that tacky style?
Oh, I know it.
And I wore it to Thanksgiving dinner. And I stood up like in the middle of dinner. And my mom almost had a heart attack from laughing so hard. Because that white belt goes... And like she couldn't breathe. And finally, when she came through, we're like, what? And she goes, you don't wear white after Labor Day.
Oh, that's why she was laughing?
Yes.
Not because it was a super ugly belt?
And the belt was fucking ugly and gaudy. But
That's
I'll never forget that. That's when I learned that you don't wear white
hilarious.
after Labor Day.
That's great.
My week. Yeah, just pretty fucking average. My dog, I told you, exploded in the bathroom.
But yeah, did
Had
your
to
dog?
clean that up.
Did
That
your
was
dog or was it
terrible.
you? And you're blaming on the dog.
Oh, that's what you were driving at?
Why would he just not tell us that? Like he wasn't forced to tell us there was
First of all,
diarrhea
I
on the
wouldn't
wall.
even
Okay.
tell you the story if it was me.
This
Why
how-
would I like?
This is how it works. You shit on the wall, clean it up, don't get it all. Your wife comes, asks the story. You've got to create a story, And now
for my wife.
now you-
Why would I tell you about
On
it?
the off chance that we bump into Halima and
just
she's like,
reinforcing-
3D.
I'm
The more people don't know each
reinforcing
other,
the story.
yeah.
makes
That's-
it reality.
that's crazy
No,
talk.
of course it was your dog.
That's crazy talk.
Why do you think I called you gay last week?
Hold on, wait,
did you
real
figure that
quick
out?
before I forget. I have a quick little anecdote to go along with your feces up the wall.
Mm.
I was working at a bar in Vancouver close to East Hastings. We all know East Hastings is like one of the worst streets in North America.
Pretty bad.
This guy comes in. We had a strict no fucking bathroom policy. And there's a reason. Everywhere on East Hastings has a strict no bathroom policy unless you're a customer. This guy comes in. He didn't look like a crackhead, looked pretty normal, looked like he had so much urgency in his face. He was like, please, can I use the bathroom? There's no one in the place. It's the afternoon on like a whatever day. I'm like, go ahead. I lose track of the guy. Someone comes in, they have a beer. I didn't know whether the guy had come or gone, so it didn't dawn on me that like he's been in there for quite some time. I think he's gone. And then he leaves. And I'm like, holy fuck, like he was in there a while. But again, now there's people in the bar, so I'm busy. The chef comes out to use the bathroom. The way the bathroom worked too was weird. It was like you walked in, there was a big ass handicap stall to the right, and then 2 unisex stalls to the left, all with like locking doors. Chef comes up to me, he's like, dude, you gotta go close off the handicap stall. And I was like, why? He's like, there's shit everywhere. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, I've never seen anything like this. He goes, there's shit everywhere. Now the good thing was we didn't have to clean it because it was in like a mall. The bar was in like think of like a mall with like
Bathroom
some.
was in the restaurant's bathroom.
It was the
mall
restaurant's
bathroom.
bathroom, but everything was taken care of by the mall. Like we didn't have to clean because the mall cleaning crew came through and cleaned. It was part of the deal. Anyway, dude, I went in. I've never seen this amount of feces from a human being. You would have thought he brought a horse in. The trajectory and violentness of which it was up the wall, it was on the ceiling. And I thought to myself, like, who has an anus that directs up? Like, you'd have to do a handstand to get shit where this guy got shit. It was fucking everywhere. I've never.
Is it the anus or the intestine that is just sort of contracting to push out? 'Cause I wonder
The
about
sphincter?
that.
I that's a good question. I don't know where the
That
where the
force,
velocity
'cause
comes
you
from.
saw force from a little puppy, right?
Yeah, I think it's because you have like a valve between your intestine and your anus. And that valve is what kind of regulates the poop into some sort of mass. My dog had that valve removed.
Oh,
So
you paid to have it removed, right?
When he poops, it is just exactly like Matt is describing that. So
Yeah.
he got all.
You had it removed to save his life, though?
yeah.
I'm sorry I
all
laughed. I'm sorry I laughed.
Anyway, sorry about the
onto
shit
the
story.
thing.
Back to your week, Simon.
Yeah, so it started with the shit. And then I saw the lights, which I showed you guys earlier. I saw these lights Friday night, which upon talking to Matt, I think might have been a concert. But I have it on video, so, we can check and see. It was pretty crazy. And then, that's pretty much it. I've been listening to this podcast called Sasquatch Chronicles.
Doesn't sound like you.
And
What's it about?
I am so into Bigfoot right now.
Right now?
Yeah, I've really, I go in and out of things sometimes. I listen to a lot more UFO podcasts. I'm so bored of UFOs right now. Like,
It's so mainstream.
no, not that is mainstream. It's literally everybody is talking about the same bullshit over and over again. Like, it's so fucking boring. So, anyways,
Hello, Pot. This is the kettle. You're black.
oh, you guys
UFO is so passe.
Anywho,
Squatch is where it's at.
Been immersing myself in some of these. Basically, what this podcast is, 90% of the time, is just people have phoned in with their stories about seeing Sasquatch. And listen, you might think that some of these people are crazy, and that's fine. That may be the case. But so many of these people have like the same. There are so many similar parts to
Consistencies.
say the stories.
Is it the actual live them calling in? Like it sounds like a call-in show?
Yeah, they'll like
That's interesting.
send a letter in.
Or they just read it?
No. And then the guy will get in touch with them and
does the interview or
And then he
whatever.
does kind of an interview. He says, pretty much just tell your story. And then where it's needed, he interjects to clarify things about the story or whatever. But yeah, there's no doubt at
Here we go.
all that there is something out there.
I know
why would
you're
all
busy,
these
but why
people-
haven't you started like Squatching with Simon, your own podcast?
I don't think I have a lot to add to the. I'm not out there looking. I'm not. Do you know what I mean?
What position do you take? Are you a debunker? Or
And
a-
I
No, we know he's not that.
my
no.
position,
He's got to get rid of the bad stories to get to the truth.
Well, this is where I'll tell you I'm at, and this is after just listening and listening. A lot of the stories are people being like chased or who were hunters and will no longer hunt anymore. Like it's like ruined the outdoors for them or whatever. Some of the stories are crazy. Like if you're looking for just a good podcast, it's a great one. Anyways, but yeah, I've come to I think if I was asked the question what I thought these things were, I think they're flesh and blood, as in they're out there and you can see them sometimes. But like I told you, the whole cloaking thing, like I've been thinking a lot about like Predator, because I just watched that movie too.
Yeah, someone said you got that all wrong, but
The original?
What do you mean? What did I get wrong?
they said Lawrence Fishburne is not in the original Predator.
I don't think he is.
And then they said that your whole story that you made up there doesn't work because it's on different planets. The Predator versus Predators worlds, they can't collide. I'm just telling you what I read on the internet
Yeah,
from
I
someone.
think that you should have been off air. Let him
No,
process that in his own time.
that's fine. I mean, I really he wasn't in the first one.
I don't think so.
That's what this person
Okay,
said.
I'm gonna have to.
You know who it was? It was Carl Weathers,
It was in the
whose
first Predator.
greatest role is in
You might be right.
in the what's the one with Jason Bateman, the funny show,
Oh, Arrested Development.
Arrested Development. You know, he's the acting teacher.
He's,
And he bangs his
for
wife.
Tobias.
yeah, and he's always broke and he's always fucking
Dude, I
penny
just
pinching.
Just
started-
goes to show you never know what your greatest role will be. Also, Apollo Creed, obviously.
Yeah,
This is probably a good opportunity to the movie.
it's probably our only opportunity. Oh, you know what? For anyone new,
Trust it. He's
it'd be
not in it.
it'd be a weird week to be new. You're probably wondering when we're going to talk about Joe, but
Oh yeah.
Well,
Well,
wait a
we're
second,
still
wait a
getting
second.
through our week.
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
But
yeah,
if you
yeah,
were
whoa.
new, you'd be like, "Is this what these guys do?" Because normally I would start whatever.
You might have pulled in the reins by now, but
Oh, I would have definitely.
didn't you just watch Predator?
No, he watched Predators.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wasn't listening.
Predators, which is a very newer movie.
Yeah.
Okay, hold
No,
on.
thanks.
So Predator.
Anyway, so I guess Simon's week was pretty good then.
How was your
He
week?
thought
No,
he
no,
saw
no,
an
no, no.
alien.
Hold on.
I got
Hold
two
on.
things,
I
I got
haven't
two
even
things.
said what I was gonna say yet.
Well, you're gonna have to
Sorry.
get to it. You're googling something right now.
Well, because
So
I was just trying to confirm. So, anyways, so these creatures, whatever they are,
what do you mean? Whatever they are, they're Sasquatch.
yeah, but who knows what they like? Are they
But that's not fair. We give
primate? Are they? What do you mean? Do we give what?
well, no, but we gave them a name, so you can't be like, "What are they?" Like
I just don't know if they're a fucking ghost. I don't know if they're.
you just said they were flesh and blood.
That's what I think. I think
Okay.
they've been around for a really long time, like much longer than us. Probably 20,000 years and they operate on that different plane. That like their ability to disappear. That's what the aliens do. It's just all that thing we don't understand. And this is
You mean travel through dimensions?
a creature that does that, and
you
we
mean travel
just
through
don't
dimensions?
get it.
Possibly.
I don't know what it, possibly.
It disappears just as vague.
Something. But when you hear all these stories and they're so similar like that with this, the way they even describe the creature, like these little tiny tidbits, and you're like, holy shit,
And they're similar.
dot,
Details.
dot, all being like,
Have you listened?
crisscrossed.
Have you listened to Kanye West's song "Monster"? I know the answer.
What?
Jay-Z uses Sasquatch in a bar. Now, why would he use something ridiculous?
what are you saying? Come on.
I said English there, didn't I?
I mean, yeah,
The
but
song by Kanye.
yeah, he says
Jay-Z.
Sasquatch in a bar.
says Sasquatch in his verse.
Oh, in a bar. I see what
Oh,
you're saying.
he
in one of
says
those bars.
You thought it was like a
Sasquatch.
pub
I thought
or
it was
something.
part of the like you were like he says Sasquatch in
I
a
was
bar,
trying to
and I was
sound
like,
like,
well, are you going to finish off the?
I thought
Yeah,
it was-
you said English words again.
No, but it
just
worked. It worked really.
none of
Now
them
that he
in the
explains
right
it, it works
order.
really well. Yes.
I really don't use bars, so that's why it came out.
Yeah, Jay Z doesn't give Sasquatch credibility for me. If that's what you're, driving at.
Fair enough.
You try to help a guy.
Anyways, yeah. Besides that, my week was pretty mundane.
That sounds awesome, man. That shit story. I'm really sorry about that. As long as with the dog. How's your week, Matt?
I'm going to start an Instagram where I sell sports picks on how to miss by 1 or 2 every time. And you decide what you need to change. It'll be like
I
a...
think that's going to catch on, eh?
No, I don't. God, no. No, I had, I don't know. How was my week? Uneventful.
Do you feel the end of summer?
Of course.
Like it's not. Yeah.
The second September hit, it dropped 15 degrees.
It's just like,
as it tends to.
and I think when I was I've said this on this podcast a million times, or every fall, I'm sure I say this. It used to be it's my favorite time of year when I was still in school. Just going back, reconnecting with people. You spend a summer with the crew, and then there's other kids, new class, change. It's always felt exciting.
I just hated school so fucking much. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I guess I don't know.
I think everyone hated school. Like say that group that I was with the other night.
Yeah.
Everyone would tell you that. Like,
Hey, I'm not
the
saying it
times
was just
had,
me. I get
but
it.
everyone hated it except for like one teacher. Did you ever have
A
Mr.
teacher I
Godwin?
liked. Yeah, I remember we had this discussion.
Yes,
he hated
yes.
me, and I hated him.
No.
Yeah.
Because we had a total love fest about it.
No, yeah, he didn't like me because of the turd and scrub.
Yes. Because one of our friends was 40 years old and walked into Glebe, the high school we went to, and thought he could just walk in and go say what up to a teacher. Like, excuse me, what are you doing?
Yeah, you gotta go
And he
sign
said,
in or something.
I was on the honor roll. And then after the fact, he said, yeah, I guess that was pretty sketchy.
Yeah, they pull alarms for that. No, yeah, Godwin didn't like me. I did have teachers I really liked though. Occasionally, it was few and far between, but yeah. All right, what we normally do here at this point is we rate the week.
Well, let's do that. let's do as much as we can. Or I was thinking, should we take a break and split it here?
I mean, there isn't much to talk about. We're going to talk about a few things, some Joe related, some not. We'll obviously touch on the JOVID 2021.
Just my issue is
Just hold on one sec. But normally we rate, at this point, the week, and then we go over each guest and we actually do a real show where we give our opinions on, what was said, how we feel, we yuck it up. But there's nothing this week. Joe got COVID, which, did we will that on him somehow? I don't know.
well, that's what we're going to get into. But it's weird because we're always like, we don't know when the day it is. It's 4 days later, whatever. It's weird that there wasn't one in a can. Like if he took this week off, or did he have COVID 2 weeks ago? No,
I think he got it in Florida. That's the thing. I just don't think he always has them canned. I think
he went on Instagram and said, "Hey guys, I had COVID."
What do you mean?
2 nights ago or whatever.
Yeah, or on Monday, I think it was. Or
whatever
Tuesday,
it was.
yeah.
I think that was in real time, and just he had put out all the podcasts he had done up to that point.
Yeah. Like, again, I think I saw on, like, Sunday or Monday that him and Chappelle had canceled a show. And I was going to text you guys. I think Joe has COVID. But
you should have.
But I was like, you know what? I just don't want to. Plus, I'm always wrong. So I was like, I don't want to seem like an idiot. But it just, I don't know. It seemed odd that they would cancel what I assumed to be a very large show. Yeah.
And we were joking about how Joe's immune to COVID.
Well, he
Patrick
feels like
episode.
he's, yeah. Again, I mean, this is the thing. I'm happy he recovered quickly. I hope there's no lingering effects. I don't wish ill on anyone.
It was on CNN that night.
Yeah, they put a weird filter on it too.
Anderson Cooper and Brian Stelzer were like, they were so smug.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And other criticism I saw, they were like, Joe's got COVID, and I wish him a speedy recovery. But in the post, he says, I'm fine now.
Yeah.
I feel like it was, and the biggest thing he got in trouble for was saying he did ivermectin. And the media's calling ivermectin for horses.
Yeah, I'm sure he did not do the horse for. Oh, the problem is,
That's my point.
I think the problem though,
They're
Kamar,
not
is this.
explaining what that means.
I
They're
agree.
saying ivermectin is this. They will never mention it won a Nobel Peace Prize, saved a lot of lives in Africa as well. Even though you shouldn't take it for COVID, they are omitting that point, and I think that's pressure from pharmaceutical companies.
I mean, the big problem, one of the biggest problems though, is that Joe says he's taking ivermectin, and 100 million
everything.
and 100 million assholes then go to Amazon and buy horse ivermectin. So that's kind of the issue. Is
But if the media
I understand.
says the other side,
I understand.
and those whoever they are go, oh, there's two different types of ivermectin.
Now, here's where I find Joe to be a little bit of a hypocrite. Joe has spent the last 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, however long you want to, saying that any healthy person should be able to fight this thing off, no problem. Yet he gets sick and he immediately throws the kitchen sink at it. So if your argument is that you're super fucking healthy, which I agree you are, you seem like one of the healthiest human beings on the face of the earth. If your argument is you are healthy and your argument is also that a healthy person can fight this no problem, why do you need to
Go au natural.
Well, and again, I have no problem with Joe spending all of his hard-earned money on whatever medical procedures he wants to, or that's fine. It's his choice. I don't care. I'm not saying what he should do. I find that it's also like, here's a good example. Joe forever was like, the FDA hasn't approved this thing. There's no, they haven't done enough testing. Joe went to Panama to get stem cells injected. The reason he had to go to Panama to get it done is because the U.S. and the FDA hadn't done enough testing.
Well, that explains why, even though he thinks health does it, he'll just try everything.
Well, no, and again, that's fine. What I'm just saying is he has these, you can't have your cake and eat it too on a lot of this stuff. Like, either it matters that the FDA hasn't approved it and that they haven't done enough testing, or, like, I don't know.
No, I completely understand what you're saying. And I think that the only question we can ask is, as long as you can see that the media is being
Disingenuous, yeah.
with the way
But
they're reporting on this.
It's not surprising. They've been disingenuous for like the last 20 years.
But the whole point of it is misinformation. Like one person misguided information is definitely bad, and we'll agree irresponsible. The others is like, well, it suits our narrative, so that's all right.
But I got to ask again, like, if I'm Joe Rogan, and I understand the answer. I'm going to answer it right now. Money. But let's just have if I'm Joe Rogan and I know that Instagram put up a sickly looking filter on the video of me saying I got COVID, I'm taking ivermectin and all sorts of other things, why is he still on Instagram? I already answered it, so it's a rhetorical question.
Unless he doesn't know. You mean he looked at his own post and goes, that's not what I look like?
Well, he's on the internet. Like, there's no way he didn't see that. You know what I mean?
I wonder. I don't really look at my posts. Maybe I do. But no, the question is, moving forward, does Joe change his tune?
No, God, no. Because he fully recovered.
So you think moving forward,
He's going to double down.
I told you. I can't believe that.
And I don't care. I really don't. Like, I'm not sitting here. He can do and say, I don't care. Like,
Because it works both ways, right?
What do you mean?
Joe Rogan said all this, and look, he got COVID. Ha, ha, ha. And he goes, I said it was shit. I got it. Shit. Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I saw a lot of people this week that had really terrible things to say about it. Like, if you want people to get vaccinated,
vitriol against him?
If you want people to get vaccinated, it's because you care about the health and well-being of everyone.
Yeah.
So you should be. I don't know. It's just a weird, like, he's got a wife and kids. Why do you wish ill on this guy just because he's saying something that you don't like?
What is your
Because he's hurting.
filter thing? Sorry, I just looked at that for the first time. What's you decide what filter you use on Instagram, not Instagram.
No, what happened is this. Joe posted his video, sans filter, just a video, and Instagram added, as well as CNN and a bunch of other news outlets.
You know that for a fact?
Well, that's what I saw on the internet. They had a bunch of they had the CNN shot, and he definitely looks like it's got some green filter to make him look like sickly and ill. Again, did I see this on CNN Live with my own eyes? No. Someone else could have added the filter after and been like, look what CNN did. That's kind of the problem with where we're living right now. I don't know if you guys saw the Lex's this week. Lex's podcast?
Lex Friedman.
Yeah.
I thought
With
you
the
said
virologist?
Lexus.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
That's probably the number one conversation I've heard on it with no sway with all the facts, or it seems like. I mean, I didn't do a deep dive into his credibility, but you
Well, I
sort
don't
of
think you
assume
need to. I mean,
he's a robot scientist knows who he's talking to.
Yeah. I mean, that was you didn't hear that one, Simon?
I didn't. But if Kamar liked it, then I'm assuming that it supported his viewpoint.
I don't think it did.
No.
I don't think you can look at it that way. I truly don't.
It's so much bigger than that.
He goes back to like the 50s with the polio vaccine.
I'm well aware of all of that stuff.
Yeah. So he was just saying, he's like, listen,
They fuck up all the time.
Yeah, but he said that. He was like, listen, the risks outweigh the rewards in the most part, but he's like, we can't do this where we wait 20 years to see what the long-term results are, because that's not how these things work. We have to get them done now. I didn't even realize that polio, did it kill you? I thought it just paralyzed you.
I thought it made things weird.
I think eventually it kills you. But I have no idea.
But what was his number one virus out there?
What do you mean?
Diabetes. No. Rabies.
Yeah. Well, as far as the scariest.
You can't eradicate rabies. I thought
we can't eradicate the flu either, because it lives in birds and
exactly his non-panicked approach to talk about how things exist. And he said, I think it's an excellent idea to get vaccinated. I can see why someone wouldn't get vaccinated. Like, he didn't have an opinion that far, but he understood what he was talking about.
You didn't do what he was saying was he gave all these examples of not just times where people got sick from the vaccine, but where the government, kind of either brushed it under the rug or still pushed it aggressively despite knowing these things. And that's his point, Simon, was just simply these bad players, by doing this, have made it more difficult. Because it scares people, and then it's easy to spread fear. But again, this guy was saying, Simon, he's like, I got vaccinated because I feel as though the risks outweigh the reward outweighs the risks substantially. So he was sitting there saying, I think everyone should get vaccinated. I trust the science. I trust the scientists. I trust the doctors. But he also, on the other hand, said, I understand. Like, again, if you're African American, I totally understand why you'd be anti-vax. Those are people that's one group what I look at in the States and I go,
or any group that's been fucked with by the government, like say in Canada, if it's First Nations.
Yeah, sure. Like, I can imagine. It's. I find it weird when well-to-do white people are like, they're trying to. It's like, no. That's not how. Historically, it hasn't been you that they've tested fucking.
No, like the Tuskegee.
That was all
syphilis.
Yes, precisely.
That's the problem, right? Is that the American government does horrible things, right? And then when it comes time to actually have to do something for the greater good, everybody just assumes they're doing a horrible thing. Maybe they are. Who knows?
Again, the craziest
only
thing,
time will tell, right?
Craziest thing would have been in an alternate universe where Trump did win the election, and he was telling people to get vaccinated. Do you know what I mean? Like, would people's biases like, no, this. You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. You assume that he would have told people.
I don't know. It's an alternate universe, but if he's brought it up and now he's got to do it.
Like, are most of your people not doing it simply because?
Well, see, that's not fair, because I said I can't say I don't want to get it because of First Nations. Like, my people have all different reasons across the board. Like, we're not even together. But Trump at a rally like 2 weeks ago said get vaccinated, and he got booed. Mm-hmm. So he's trying to play the game, I guess.
Trump is still having rallies right now?
What are you, nuts? This guy's revving the engine.
He will
real,
go
though?
G up someone who's running for some office somewhere.
Just as Donald Trump.
As a Republican.
No, he shows up as Dracula.
I like that you laughed at your own joke so much. It was a good one. It was a good one.
I'm sorry, I won't laugh.
Kamar didn't laugh, but whatever.
Kamar doesn't laugh. That's okay. I get him once in a while.
I was trouble. I did the Dracula.
He was hiding his laugh.
Behind the cape. I get it. I'm sorry. I couldn't see your smiling face.
You couldn't see his laugh behind the cape.
I thought you were laughing at what I was doing.
Of course you did.
I was shooting around the idea, what about if someone had COVID, recovered, was fine, could their blood transfusion give you immunity? Do you think that was on the table or tried? I'm not a doctor.
I wonder, Dr. Hargadon, if that has been explored yet or not. I assume they fucking done their due diligence on these things, but
Oops, that's what you did there.
who knows? Who knows?
I don't think Joe will double down.
Well,
I think you're crazy.
we
I don't care either way.
We
though.
have to see how. That's why I don't even want to talk about Joe, really, because
That's what we're here to do,
no,
Simon.
I understand, but it's too early. Like,
Yes, well, yeah, we've said that about every story.
give it
Yeah, of
3
course.
weeks,
Sit
see where he's at. You know, it's just who knows how. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm just saying. At first glance, it seems that in a week, Joe got COVID, beat COVID, and now
Why do you think he's beat it?
Because he's
He
doing
said it in
kettlebell
the- he
workouts
said
and
it in
shooting
the
archery.
post.
Like,
He said, I got it. We threw this kitchen sink at it. I'm feeling good now.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Hold on. I see
also, when
where
they're
he
pulling
did
out, they
that.
won't admit that. They
And then
infer,
he
like,
tested positive.
we hope he gets out of the way, but this is what happens when you're irresponsible.
yeah, I mean, listen, that's why, like, right away, I saw, and again, it's the internet. You don't know.
Oh, I see. He's doing archery, so you assume he's.
Feeling-
And he
his
did a
back-
kettlebell
he says,
workout, like he said.
I'm
Yeah, he said,
feeling
"I'm feeling great."
I mean, listen, not to be a fucking conspiracy guy, but if Joe was trying to prove to everybody how okay he was, the way you would do that would be to post archery videos and elk meat. Like,
you-
everything's normal.
Okay,
and
I just-
everything's
But you don't see that
copacetic.
Jamie's pulling his arm back because he doesn't have the strength.
It could be a video that was recorded. He just picked anyone from his phone.
Listen,
don't know.
I don't find the rabbit hole that deep.
I just want to wait and see. I want to wait and see. I want Joe to come back. I want to see what's going on.
The more I think about it, though, if he inevitably sees how the backlash and everything was covered and treated, maybe that will
He will double down
solidify
for sure.
his
Of
resolve.
course,
Say,
dude,
"Fuck
100%.
this."
Yeah.
But if he comes out and is a whole new Joe, that'd be more unnerving, right?
I mean, I'll say this right off the bat. We didn't even mention. I think he owes Rhonda Patrick a phone call and maybe an apology because he was sitting in front of her brazenly being like, "I'm pretty sure I can't get this
Yeah,
thing,"
he ate crow on that one.
and she was like, "Listen, I think you're being maybe, a bit ridiculous." Again, I hope he seems like he's doing fine. He got it and he breezed through it. I'm happy for him, but I think he should at least maybe call Donda Patrick.
But if he comes out and says, I think everyone's vaccinated, I can't believe all the things I said about COVID.
No, he won't say
He
that.
that definitely
No,
won't
stop.
happen.
But if he did, that'd be super like, oh, they got to him. Wouldn't it feel like that?
Not really.
We all think we sort of know Joe.
If he did that, I would be uber surprised, and I would definitely think that somebody maybe was pressuring him to change his viewpoint. But if he actually got sick from COVID, then maybe he will. Like, that's what I'm saying. Right now, you guys are saying, yeah, he's fine, he beat it, but maybe he didn't. Maybe it's still going on right now, and who knows, man? Who knows?
If he came out like vaccine, boo, it's the best. We'd be like, glad you came around, Joe.
No, I would be
Yeah,
like,
it'd be-
that's weird.
Yeah, yeah.
That seems
that's what I
like
was asking.
not very Joe-like.
I'd be real happy if he just came back and, I don't know, didn't talk about it, talked about anything other than this. That'd
Yes.
be cool.
Yeah, well, then
But that's not going to
This
happen.
is what we're headed for.
I would think that they killed Joe and brought back a clone.
Wow. That's off the deep end, eh?
No, but I mean, that would be like if he
There's
just
nothing
came
in
back
between.
and was
There's
so
nothing in
different.
between.
If,
I don't know.
if
That's where my head would go.
I guess it would never happen because he's always got shows going on. But say he didn't have to tell people this happened. Like, he started canceling shows, so that's why he did this.
I think we would have known
He could have.
2 weeks without the show. Because there's not going to be a show this week. We have to probably realize that too, right?
You think so?
Well, he's going to quarantine for 2 weeks so that he doesn't. Even though he tested negative, I
didn't
assume.
Think about the repercussions of this on the timing.
Well, I mean, again, I don't see a lot of guests maybe wanting even to go on within 2 weeks. Would you? Like, we're different.
I think if anyone who's had it, I think would be fine, and anyone who's vaccinated would be fine. Especially if he tested negative. He posted that as well, right?
Yes, he did.
At this point, thank God we've got enough information than say this happened on a Saturday and we were doing this for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't even understand how he had it and now it's negative. Like the active ingredient is in the does it flush in your body? I'm just not a doctor. That's what I'm trying to say.
You don't even play one on this podcast.
No. But it'll be 2 weeks. That's the longest this has ever happened to us. Has this happened once before we got skunked?
Yeah. For sure. He went on vacation. We did... there was 1 week where we did like a half show, and then I posted
Murder
a
on the
throwback
Mountain?
for free. No.
We did that a couple of times.
No, I think it's only happened once.
Why didn't we think about that this time?
Okay.
We could have posted throwback.
No, I mean, I thought about it. I figured we'd still come in and...
Yeah, well, I miss you guys. I'm not adverse
Did you
to
watch
it.
that thing I told you to watch on Netflix?
I didn't watch all of them. I watched the
hockey one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you want to talk about that now?
We'll talk about that after the break,
Of
yeah.
stuff to talk about. That's not a problem.
Well, we're going to take a break in like 5 minutes, tomorrow. This is going to be a long episode, and then we'll do a little...
We're still in the podcast.
What do you mean?
Oh, we're doing our post show, right?
I feel like throwing myself out the window.
Yeah, we'll do...
Your brain is so scattered.
We will
What's
do a
going on?
short post show, yeah.
Nothing. I'm just getting up to speed. I thought we were wrapping it up because
No, we're wrapping up this Joe COVID shit because there's nothing else to
There
talk
has
about
to be
because
two
we don't care.
halves to it.
I know, and that's why I said after we said our weeks, I said maybe this is the half.
No, that's why the half is like now.
Perfect. I love you guys.
Well, not right now, but...
I'm glad we're going to talk more. I thought I was getting sad and thought it was coming to an end.
Dude, we have not missed a week in 3 years.
That's our claim to fame.
Do you think it's weird that he had the 3 girls on and then
Did you not see the conspiracy I
Go
sent to
on.
Kamar?
got
Go
canceled? It was like too much for the fucking...
Oh, all the bros were
internet
like,
to handle.
enough. He's
No.
gone soft.
No, it was, okay, forget it. Anyways,
What I said was I'm waiting for the internet to be like Dr. Rhonda Patrick brought COVID into the studio.
you told me that, yeah.
It wasn't bacon in a bag. It was COVID.
Oh, there you go.
She was sent by the gov to get Joe sick. That's the theory.
Yeah.
Interesting.
She goes on there. She talks about, everything they talk about.
My conspiracy thought would have been Joe pissed somebody off with something and they were like, we were going to whatever. They were just like, you now have to embarrass yourself, And what would embarrass you the most? That's like they don't have him with like a little kid. They have him, this is their leverage and they makes them look bad.
All right. Are we good? We're going to take a quick break.
Good cover. I like that.
Yeah, okay. We're going to take a little 5-minute break, and we'll be back with something. Who the fuck knows what we're going to come back with?
I have a good idea what we're coming back with.
No, we'll have 10 movie games and something after this quick ad. Thank you to BetterHelp. And don't forget, go get your goddamn free Alpha Brain. If you're living in the United States, go try Alpha Brain.
I put the link up on our Instagram like you asked me to.
Thank you, sir.
As our thing in a post.
Appreciate that.
Anything to contribute to the cause.
So yeah, I guess we're just going to shoot the shit for a bit. This is almost going to be like a post show. So if you're not on the Patreon, this is a good little like teaser as to what goes on after the show, right?
Find out if you can send $1 million. The challenge. But I was talking to someone who said that they listened to a podcast with Jason Bateman.
Yeah, Smartless.
Yeah. And they said they beg for money on their podcast. And they don't even need it. It's just like it's just like a thing you do.
I know. I just
That's why I
listen.
do it. I don't need the money. That's what everyone else is doing.
Well, here's how sad is this. I need the money and I don't want to beg for it. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's easier to beg for it when you don't need it.
I know. Ain't too proud to beg though over here.
Well, good
Please,
for you. That's
join the
your job,
Patreon.
Kumar. You're the salesman.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
I think that should be the movie game. Have you seen Do the Right Thing?
Do the right thing. No.
Have you seen,
Which
Yeah,
one's that?
I'm going to say no. I've never seen it.
But I really haven't.
It's a Spike Lee joint. Yes, you have.
Fight the power.
Do the right
Fight the
thing.
power that be. Do.
It was
Well,
like
I know the Public Enemy song, but
it's
wow.
Spike Lee.
You should watch it.
okay.
Who else is in that stupid movie?
Danny Aiello, rest in peace,
Anyways,
rest in power.
not my fave.
Mary had never seen Menace. We rewatched it this week.
Yeah, me too.
Not that great.
Did not hold up very well.
Yeah.
No.
Really not that great.
It's
some
really bad.
nostalgia,
He's
though.
a terrible actor.
Oh my God.
I remember him being a terrible actor
He's a
watching
terrible
it.
actor.
But there's one part where he's checking his pager and you're not going to be able to see this, people, because I'm not on camera, but he does this. He looks at the number and goes, Like, and not
I'll do it for anyone watching. He looked at the and went,
and make the giant lip. Yeah, because he has huge lips.
"Whoa, Jesus!"
Well, no, they were like especially. He would like stuck them out and then did this weird like he overacted the
You know what?
pager.
Do you know
like,
what's
about
ironic
MC8?
too? You know
He's
what's
horrible,
ironic
dude.
too, though?
terrible.
What's ironic is that when the movie started, I thought to myself, I wonder what ever happened. Like, I never saw this guy in anything else. And then 20 minutes into the movie, I was like, that's why. That's why he's terrible.
Old Dog was in tons of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a sad story.
It is.
Well, none of those early 90s African American South Central movies ended
when
well.
I went to rewatch it, it didn't age as poorly for me. Like, even though he's a bad actor, the scene where he's getting interrogated by the cops and it goes red to blue.
Oh my God, well, it's panning around them.
I think still think
Where
that
he's like,
was well
you done
done.
fucked up
Yeah.
now, don't you know?
So
I
bad.
fucking hate that scene. I hated it back in the day. I hate it now.
There you go, put yourself out there, Kamar. Anyways,
No, I'm with you, Matt. I rewatched it with my wife, and both of us were just like, yeah, well, that didn't hold up.
Well, I only saw it's because it came up, and I remember you saying last week, you were like, I rewatched Menace. And I said to Mary, because Mary's one of those people who I'm like, what do you mean you haven't seen Goodfellas? You know what I mean? So we constantly go down that list.
why don't we do Menace to Society for the movie game?
Sure.
Sure.
It's the JRE movie game. The time has come again. For Matt and Simon, two racks of brains to guess the budget in the box office. We all know they won't guess the year, and the Patreons are the real winners here at the JRE movie game. Come on, take it away, baby.
Yeah, baby, it's a movie game. Welcome back, everyone.
Yo, shout out to Tyler.
Tyler.
Tyler. He had some shirtless Instagram this week that was fire. I see you, big boy.
And Simon, go ahead to head. Find out what year a movie came out, how much it cost to make, and how much it made at the box office. This week we're doing Menace to Society, which Joe, with his anti-vaccination rhetoric, has been.
A menace to society.
There's my tie-in.
I like that. No, he hasn't been. He's entitled to his fucking opinion.
What if he comes out though and is like, you know what? CNN actually is good news. Do they flip and all of a sudden G him up? Like, is there any self-awareness? I mean, he would never do that. So, again, it's alternate universe bullshit. Have you guys seen the What If series on Disney? Is it Disney or Plus?
I'm pretty sure I talked about this last week, didn't I?
So you've seen it?
Yeah.
I've heard more people talk about it.
Yeah. It's the Disney What If universe.
I might have to get Disney because of it.
Where Marvel.
I know I'm
things
not
happen.
into. Yeah, remember?
This week's we're doing Menace to Society by the Hughes brothers, starring Tyron Turner, Jada Pinkett. That's the biggest star of that.
I was gonna say because back then I thought that she was so hot.
She was so
Back
hot.
then,
She
was so
stands
hot.
up as so hot, but she is such a bitch. Her character.
That's a good mother in the
is
ghetto, man.
Such a bitch.
That's a mother in the ghetto. Bill Duke and Charles S. Dutton.
All right, you got a year, Maddie?
I do.
I also have a year.
I said 92. Hold on. Are you changing your year? Hold on. You cannot do that.
said
That's
you
why
had
you
a
write
year.
the fucking
As
thing
you
down.
say the number.
Yeah.
You say a number.
Because
You're
I
lucky you're off screen.
I fucked up in my math.
Whoa.
What year did you write down there?
I wrote down 2005, but I fucked up in my no because I was doing a minus and I forgot.
correct.
Yeah, obviously, obviously.
Dude, I was with my family 2 nights ago, and my brother-in-law comes up to me. He hasn't said a word to me yet. He comes up to me and he goes, Simon's been way off on the movie.
Yeah, way off.
Especially the years. I think with the numbers, he's
Because
not
I'm
bad.
doing something wrong here. Just
No,
hold on.
you're not picturing what you were doing in your life when you saw the movie.
Just hold on a second.
like associate. 2005. Isn't that the guess?
No, just hold on.
Okay. New rule.
It's going to be weird, though, because,
guesses.
hold on. It's going to be weird if he says anything other than 95.
No,
Right?
I'm gonna say 1993.
And he got it.
The year Menace Society came out was 1993.
I'm so sorry, Matt. No, listen.
I love how he goes, hold on. He goes, I wrote down 2005, but it's
can't
because
believe he got it.
It's because I didn't carry the 1 on his.
I just,
No.
I'm so sorry.
Everything
you
just
don't.
got fucking
I
serious.
won't take this as a win.
Simon, no, I
If
know
I
you wouldn't
win.
lie. I know you wouldn't make it up. You fucked up the math. You forgot to carry the 2. Right now, Simon's on his way. 1993. The rarest of
But,
rarest
Kate,
calls.
I'm so-
After he said one number, did a couple calculations, Googled what year it came out.
It's better though that he goes, "Do you have a year yet?" And I go, "Yeah." Like I have 92, and then he picks his pen up, goes to
Wow.
make a quick adjustment, realizes though that he has to adjust all four numbers because not even one of them lines up.
I feel like your 92 was almost a better
There
guess.
was a very simple way for me to work it out every time.
What, to say whatever Matt said and say one
I
more number?
was going about it very convolutedly,
No shit.
and I think you're going to see a noted improvement in my movie game.
I mean, you thought
we do-
Avatar came out in 97.
I hope we do multiple movies today so I can
I
prove
think, I
to
think
you
I've got a theme we're going to do.
that I have this on lock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you write? Can we now do the budget in the box?
Yeah, that
office?
I can't be.
Okay.
I don't know about that. But
Oh,
the
that's what I thought you were
years-
doing when you're making up.
The years are going to be solid. All right, here we go.
This is a movie about life in the ghetto, and one of the things I thought is, I watch those guys on the street that go to the most dangerous neighborhoods or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a guy who went to Watts like 2 weeks ago and then filmed with the crew, and LA is crazy that it still has that, like it's still what it is, like shooters and ghettos and Hollywood, like the juxtaposition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I find in New York City you have rich and poor, but it's sort of
Everyone's right there with you.
It works
Yeah.
together somehow.
I mean, yes and no. There's, the further out you go.
Oh, of course, but those just seem like the craziest extremes there could be. And today I was watching just a guy driving around Philadelphia, and it looked bad.
South Philly.
I didn't say where, but it probably was, but garbage in the streets.
That's always when you talk to Americans when they come here. That's one of the first things they say. They're like, it's so fucking clean.
It's crazy how clean it is here, man.
It is, but it's also crazy how when you go down there, you're like, does like just nothing get? You know what I mean? Like, is there?
I think we're spoiled and think this is normal.
No, I think
Our
if
great
you
city.
go to Europe, it's like that. European streets aren't littered with garbage. Maybe Eastern bloc.
I've heard. Anyway, it could be neighborhoods too. I'm sure there's nice neighborhoods in Philadelphia that
Of course,
are clean.
of course, yeah. Listen, I'm not saying blanket statement. All of Philly is covered in garbage,
Even our shitty areas are cleaner.
but like Manhattan's disgusting.
yes,
It doesn't matter what
Well,
fucking rich
exactly.
poor neighborhood. Like
That's
Manhattan
where,
is
that's
disgusting.
where the mix is.
Yeah.
There's Beverly Hills and then the Watts ghetto. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Simon, I'm ready. Are you?
Yeah, it's taking quite a while.
Yeah, I guess I'm ready. I don't know.
Well, don't be so
So with
bummed
Pres-
about
no,
it. You've
no,
nailed the
he-
year. Like,
he's
what's
got-
going on
he's
here?
got the year. He's got a lot to lose right
I'm
now.
going to go first because you're the only one with a chance to win here. I said 2.8 million to make, which I actually think I highballed, and it made 4 million, which I also think I highballed.
Well, I'm so far off. I said it cost 14 million to make.
Did you watch the movie recently?
you know what year it came
dude,
out?
I could remake Menace to Society right now
the
for
fucking
$42. Like, what are we doing?
14
I
million.
thought
No, no,
all
no, no.
movies took money to make.
Stop.
It's fine.
No, back. Okay, go on.
So go ahead, and then what do you
And
think it made in the box office?
58.
You think it made?
Off the back of Boys in the Hood, I think it would have had enough like momentum from that genre to propel it to
You're going to be
some money.
surprised. You're going to be surprised because the budget was 3.5 million.
Nice, Maddie.
Okay.
It's like you got it, but it made 30 million.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
you were actually more in the neighborhood, Simon.
Yeah, you were. Well, and even then, when I said 4, I said I think I highballed.
I
it,
know,
so,
but I was like,
yeah.
no.
I'm not-
I tried
I'm
to
not-
shake my eyes at
I'm
you.
not proud of myself.
Good for them. That's a really good return on investment, though.
Well, and the Hughes brothers went on to make.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Maybe we'll do Higher Learning. Have you seen Higher Learning? I was going to do Boys in
I
the
have
Hood.
seen
They
Higher
also
Learning.
did Clockers, which wasn't. It was a good movie, but it was very slow. I found.
But I bet you if you look at all the movies are around this 2 million, 3 million to make, they never got, like blockbusters weren't.
Boys in the Hood
So-
was a pretty big movie.
Big movie.
So let's do Boys in the Hood.
We've never done Boys in the
Keeping
Hood,
life in
eh?
the ghetto.
All right.
It's the JR.
All right, Boys in the Hood.
And Boys in the Hood, Lawrence Fishburne is in.
And he's
Oh,
not Larry. He's
I'm sorry.
Lawrence.
Let me take this opportunity to thank that person who got in touch with you guys about me.
The humility.
Yeah. Lawrence Fishburne
I
was
looked
not
into it.
in.
No, he definitely was not in the first Predator, and his character in this movie has no tie into any other Predator movie. So no, I made all of that up, and I apologize, but don't apologize. Like,
No need to apologize.
If you think that you're getting viable information from me, you are definitely listening to the wrong podcast.
Wow. A man of the people. Yeah, there's a double play movie game where Matt and Simon go head to head. Obviously, we're going to do Boys in the Hood.
You want to know the
Keep with the
problem?
theme.
Anyways, okay, we'll just.
Do you have everything?
No,
Okay, you
I
should
don't
talk
have
to him.
anything.
Directed by John Singleton, starring Cuba Gooding Jr., Morris Chestnut, Ice Cube, Lawrence Fishburne, Neil Long, and Angela Bassett. She was another. First time you saw her, she was hot, man. She still is hot. I didn't even take that away. She went on to be like Tina Turner and stuff.
Yeah.
But Ice Cube, I feel like Ice Cube is the most successful of that whole.
100%. Dude, he
Unless John Singleton went on to make big movies. But I don't
Ice Cube produced all of the Friday movies.
Yeah.
So he alone off
he's the
those,
one.
off the back of that,
There was a time when you would have thought it was Cuba Gooding Jr., but he sort of.
they made Friday for like $1 million, and it made like $100 million in the
Good
fucking.
thing we didn't do that for the movie game.
So
We were
what did
in Emerald Park.
you want me to go first?
No,
this
I have a
time?
year. I'm just gonna watch your hands. I have 1995.
Well, I said 1991 because I thought it came out before.
And you'd be
Menace to
correct, Simon.
Society.
There you go.
1991. I'm surprised when that came in your mouth. I went wait in the face because we had
Well,
said
no, because again, well, I just
he-
I had
Heels.
said that out loud.
Menace
that it
Society came
out
off the-
before.
yeah, just
based on
because
the
you
heels.
also
Oh, you
said
thought
that
I
it came
was
out in
wrong.
2005,
I'm
so
sorry.
I'm not just
You
going
thought
off
I
of
was
everything
wrong.
Simon says is correct.
You're a little salty that he got
Yeah,
the date
yeah.
again.
That's
No,
hard.
no.
That's a hard pill to swallow.
You got to realize, like, that would have put me at 8 years old. I just remember being old. I just clearly saw it later on.
Yeah, but in other news, Simon's got 2 dates in a row. Well, 1.5 dates in a row.
Yeah,
Shit
yeah.
could get crazy here.
Yeah.
And why do we want to watch movies about gangsters and ghettos and thugs? Like it
I mean, again, though,
it was so attractive.
we also
to
watch
it.
movies about mobsters. It doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, there's
Okay, what about that makes us want to
it's
see how
just something-
bad people can be?
something outside of your life, something that I don't know.
Because that's the other thing. Problem with Men's Society was there were no redeeming characters.
No,
Everyone's like, because when he jacks that guy for his ribs, he's like, "Well, you're an asshole. You just got a new car. You're gonna like a little greedy here." Except for the one guy who wants them all to stop gangbanging, and
and he gets murdered.
he gets murdered. Yeah. I love Simon's long division multiplication over there. I cannot believe a pen moves so much for 2 numbers.
He's doing long division over there. Like he's
All right. Are you ready?
yeah. I mean, I don't have a chance of winning anyway. I said 12.7 to make and 66.8 at the box office.
Well, I said 65 at the box office and 5 million to make.
I think Simon's got it. $6.5 million at the box office.
No,
So sorry, what?
6.5 million. You said 5 million to make?
5 million
So
to
it's
make.
And it's 6.5. That's
Oh, 6.5 to make.
6.5 to
Nice.
make.
Okay.
and it made 57.5 million.
yeah, I'll give it to Simon. Nice work.
65.
And that's a lot cleaner than Men's Society, which left a bad taste in everyone's mouth.
Wow.
Wow, congratulations, Simon.
No, don't.
It's his
He's
first
a
win.
cheater.
It's
Tell
his first
your
win.
cousin.
No, my brother-in-law.
Your brother-in-law. And now we should do a movie that has nothing to do with gangsters
It's his
and
first.
see what
It's
happens.
his first win ever.
Yeah, that's big, man.
It
That's
is
big.
huge,
I
man.
know, thanks.
I'm happy for
I
you.
feel good.
I can't believe he's.
Next week when you guys ask me what
He's
the
just tuned us out to play with the dog.
next week
Yeah,
when you
I'm done
ask
with you
me
guys.
what the highlight of my week is, I'm gonna
Winning this.
come back to this.
Just walk around Ottawa. hands
He's
over his
listening to it
fucking heads.
on
Let's
loop in
do
his
this.
car, driving around Ottawa.
Anyways, that one was because we knew it was around the same time. It was all weird, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not crazy that you got those numbers, especially when you knew it was in the time frame and budgets.
And what the other one did back to back.
But still impressive. I don't want to take anything away from that. That's a sweep. That's a three-peat.
It's not.
That's the movie game.
That's 2.
Oh, but what?
We need a third.
You want to do one more movie game? Let's give the people what
What?
they want.
All right, whatever.
It's the JRE.
But you didn't pick a movie.
No, I didn't.
Are you gonna? Or are we just gonna have dead air
I
here?
don't know.
Yeah.
Did you have an idea, Kamar?
So, a little inside baseball here. I was asking the guys for show notes, and they're like, we just go. And I ran out in my head of what we're going to do because Simon said not a gangster movie. I was going to follow up with a gangster movie.
What gangster movie were you gonna follow up with?
No, sorry. More the that side thing, like conflict, and I was going to do higher learning.
That would be okay. It has nothing really to do with it. But Matt, have you ever seen The Edge of Tomorrow?
No.
With Tom Cruise. It's on Netflix.
Oh,
right
I love
now.
it.
It's worth a watch.
I love that
yeah,
movie.
Yeah.
No, of course I've seen it where it keeps looping.
repeating,
It's like Groundhog Day, but with
it's
action.
Fucking
He
amazing.
crashes in a barn or whatever, and like sometimes he gets far out. Yeah.
Yep. He doesn't crash in a barn. He ends up in a barn at one point with a helicopter.
Sorry, stickler. Why do you want to do that? Do you want to do that?
No. I would sure we can do that, but I was just mentioning that it's on Netflix. It was nowhere for a long time. Like you couldn't find it. You couldn't, on any of the channels.
No, it's a really good movie. Really like that movie.
Really good movie.
Makes you wonder.
And I really like her.
Have you guys seen Seven Psychopaths?
Yes.
I think I have.
Sam Rockwell.
I think
It's
I
one of
have,
the
yeah.
best movies I've
Really
ever
good,
seen.
Really good. Really good.
What's that on?
I'm sure it's on Crave or HBO for our American listeners. Come on, do you have higher learning? I already have a year written down, Simon. Do you?
No,
you're
I
just
forgot.
Simon's just in fucking lounge mode over there. Doesn't give two shits.
Tell us about higher learning, Kamar.
Oh, sorry. The movie game this week is Higher Learning. Directed by John Singleton, who did Boys in the Hood. This was his first big movie after that. Starring Michael Rappaport, Busta Rhymes. Okay, we have a problem here.
What's the problem?
We have a problem here.
What's the problem?
There's no budget. I can't find a budget anywhere. I had to switch. Yeah. It just says how much the movie made.
That's not a thing, is it?
It's a thing we just ran into.
For
Wow.
what movie? Higher learning?
Yeah, the
Well,
one.
let's do
the one
Edge.
we're working
Let's
on.
do Edge of Tomorrow.
That worked out great. Welcome to the show, first-time listeners.
That's gonna be a tough one, actually. Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh, is that what we're doing? Edge of
Yeah.
Tomorrow? Holy fuck. Okay.
Flip the script. Well, there's no budget. I can't make something up with any integrity of this game.
I feel this whole thing is compromised.
Yeah, we're done with the movie
Yeah,
game.
no,
That's it.
No more movie game.
Ooh, yeah, I like that. Executive power, boys.
Ooh, yeah. All right. Well, you guys watch. You guys obviously, Simon, you watched all of the Untolds. I take it.
All of them, except, well, you know what? I watched them all.
There's a
Guess
new
the
one
one's
coming out.
last.
There's a new one coming out tomorrow, I believe. You watched the hockey one?
Yeah, I thought it was just like a nice story.
Yeah, it was a great. Yeah.
It didn't tell the bad stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh, about all the like
Why he went to
racketeering
jail.
and extortion and
You know what I mean? Like it seemed like almost a feel good.
you know
Well,
what?
it was
I got
the
the
sports side of it.
I know, but you're thinking the whole time, yeah, but how did he make the money to buy the team?
It was amazing that it was like that's obviously what The Sopranos are based on.
dude. He had a son named AJ. He had a
AJ,
trucking company
A
in
daughter,
Connecticut.
like it all lines up.
That's the
man.
that's the
It
biggest
all
takeaway from
lines
it.
up. That was the biggest takeaway for me from it.
Hold on. I just also thought there were so many fucking good, like, dude, the one-eyed Quebecer,
Oh, yeah, that guy
the
was funny.
giant dude from BC that ends up crying at the end when they bring like the dude in.
Yeah, that guy, how he phoned down the very first game, very first face-off. He's like
Yeah, drop the gloves
Yeah.
right away.
amazing.
The Nigerian dude who clearly was raised in Canada.
Well, and that guy was like a monster.
He's a Francis Nagano.
Oh, he was insane. Yeah. I just, again, like, there were so many people that opened their mouth, and I was like, oh, this guy's Canadian as fuck.
It was
The two brothers who,
The two brothers were incredible. I think they were American, though.
either way, they were really funny.
Oh, they were fucking hilarious.
The real reason I would endorse it is not there's no recreations.
No.
They have all the footage of what they talk about.
Yeah. It's just like
With the
talking
fights
heads
and
talk.
stuff,
It's
yeah.
just talking heads with old footage. Yeah.
And the son looks like McLovin as a kid.
As a kid, he
And then
looks like
when you
McLovin.
see him, you're
yeah.
like, did they switch out the actor? But you know it isn't. He turned into that.
No, he
Jersey
totally
Shore guy
looks
or
like
whatever.
McLovin.
But yeah, I wanted to know a bit more about like why he went to jail. And like,
Well, they
was
said
just
it,
like,
extortion, extortion. I'm sure he hurt some people.
Well,
along
yeah,
the
I can't
way.
any one of those stories.
I can't believe there won't be a Netflix
This should be a
type
movie.
doc on just that family, you know? How is it that nobody's talking about the fact that they're the real Sopranos?
But I think that's the whole idea is
Wow.
that you're asking for The Sopranos to be made. They made that.
There's an opening
No,
here.
I'm not. I'm asking for a documentary to be made about the family that The Sopranos was based on.
So you,
I know, but I think he just got out of jail recently. So like it, I don't know.
what about if you were to talk to producer, showrunner of The Sopranos, and have their take? Like, yeah, we heard the story, and do it to the writing room. Did I talk about that doc on Netflix about the 16-year-old drug dealer?
Hold on, we should say it for the
Yeah.
record for anyone listening. It's on Netflix. It's called Untold Crime and
sorry.
Penalties. Just for
So the other Untold, yes, you did, Kumar. We talked about it last week.
My bad.
The other Untold is this. Did you watch it, Max? Matt?
I watched the Malice at the
boxing
Palace.
one? Oh, well, that one's great. The other one was the boxing. It's a woman boxer. I forget her name already, but it's a crazy story. It's well worth the watch.
I will. I just had time to watch that one after you said it.
Yeah.
What else did you watch, Simon? You said you watched everything under the sun this week.
Oh my God, I watched so much. I don't even remember.
Did you watch the UFC last night?
No. What was it?
It was Darren Till against
no way.
Brunson.
Okay. He won
Brunson submitted Darren Till. It was in Liverpool too.
So he's got to be
and he
done.
lost.
He's 1 for 4 in his last 5 fights. I don't think he's done though. He was 17-0 leading up to that. So
I'm too cold.
yeah, you're a
Usually,
bit Dana
if
White
you
about it.
lose 4 fights, you're not in the UFC anymore. That's
But you're just one win away from.
But if you're still a draw, don't forget he has a large social media presence. People still like him a lot. There was one dude that won last night that looked, honest to God, if you saw him, you'd be like, this guy looks like a beetle.
a beetle.
You get the bob cut or the bowl cut.
Yeah,
or whatever,
like one of the Beatles.
Like one of the Beatles.
It looks like Paul McCartney stepping into the ring.
I'm gonna look that up. Do you guys know Sean O'Malley like parties hard, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, did you know that?
I mean, I'd imagine that he would. Yeah,
Like he
seems
parties
like
with Steve will do it and 6ix9ine.
Oh well.
Yeah, he has a 6'9" tattoo.
Probably figures.
Well, it's just
He dyed his hair like 6ix9ine.
he dyes his hair all the time, but yeah, but it'll be interesting if he can balance. Because I saw a vlog of him partying. It was like, you know when you see someone's eyes are like partying?
Yeah.
And you sort of think all fighters are like mindset, like always focused. He turns up.
Yeah, he's going to have a rude awakening, though.
I think so. And sorry,
Go
when
ahead.
you see him just around other people and he's not this tall guy, do you know what I mean? You don't always have a perspective of how big or small people are.
Well, it's because you used to see him fighting people in his weight class.
I feel like he's 7 feet tall and like this, but he's not.
Because he's in like a really small weight class, so he's just tall for
them, yeah.
I see
For those
what you're
people.
saying. Gotcha.
But I mean, again, I read a quote where he was like, I don't even want to fight guys ranked above me. I get paid to fight. I get paid to win. He's like, I don't. So he's not even trying to fight like top tier guys right now. Once they start putting him up against some,
He started fighting to try to get girls.
And you wouldn't want to fight him.
oh my god,
Probably
he kicked
not.
the shit
Probably
out of
not.
me.
Maybe when he's my age.
The best was
Lies
someone
all broken down.
Someone tweeted out the other day. They were like, someone tweeted out Adesanya versus O'Malley, who wins, and Sean O'Malley tweeted out Adesanya first round knockout.
If
I got to give him credit for that.
if Sean O'Malley is 24 years old, 25 years old, something like that.
I have no idea how old he is.
Anyway, say he's 25 years old.
Sorry, go ahead.
Say he's 25 years old. When I was 25 years old, if I saw him, I would think I could fight him. If I didn't know that he was a world-class fighter, and maybe I'd have a rude awakening in that case.
Yeah, you would.
Kamar, at this age, does not want to fight him.
Kamar, any age, doesn't want to fight him.
Probably not.
whatever.
I mean, he's a very gifted.
Is there
striker.
any way that Usman could fight Adesanya? Is there any weight cut that makes sense to get those two to fight?
I think if Adesanya went down,
One?
maybe, yeah.
That's it. Just one.
Oh no, because he went. I'm pretty sure he went down, and that's the fight. He went up and lost that fight. That's right. So I think he'd have to go down. I don't know though. It's a good question.
That would be a good fight.
Do you know Brendan Shaw beefs with Errol Helwani all the time? Or more, just shits on Errol Helwani?
Well, right now they have a big beef.
And now Errol Helwani is
Ariel Hawani's had enough.
fighting back.
He has had enough.
Have you
Oh,
seen
really?
any of it?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
He's not any good, is he?
Who?
He should have his own lane and stuff. But I just feel like it's not like he does something or brings something that makes it really... Like, Brendan Schaub is an ex-fighter. So he's the opinion of, like a football player commentating on football.
I think
But
you're
this is
mis-
just a fight enthusiast who's...
He's been in the game forever.
Yeah, I
Ariel
think you're also
Helwani,
missing
like,
you're also missing the point that
I'm asking. I'm not making
well,
a case.
here's what I'm saying, Kamar, is for me, he's the only person, love him or hate him, who will speak ill of the UFC. There are hardly no top tier.
Brendan Schaub will as well.
So they're fighting for that
In all
lane.
fairness.
They're fighting for that lane.
Maybe that's what's going on. But you would think there'd be enough for everyone.
But what else does he offer? Like good insight into fights?
Yes.
He does good interview. I thought he was useless with the Tyron Woodley, Jake Paul thing.
I mean, who would you have had there in his place? I thought he actually did well.
I don't know because I don't know who are the people who do this sort of thing. Like, are you supposed to be totally like? Are you trying to rile them up and get them going, or are you just a mediator?
I mean, I don't know.
Gotta keep the flow going, the shit talk.
Well, and I think he did a good job of trying to ask the questions that I think you want to create an entertaining
moment
dialogue, right? Yeah, you're trying to get clicks. You're trying to get a clip.
Schaub, I think would be more interesting in there. Maybe you don't need someone who's
Schaub. Listen, I have no problem with Brendan Schaub, but
I'm not trying to ride his dick.
I know you're not, but his I don't know. His dictation isn't perfect for television.
Anyways, there's beef going on between those two right now.
Oh, yeah.
And no way they'd ever fight.
Of course not.
Yeah, I just stated that.
Ariel Wani is like a little tiny. He's not a fighter.
So it's too bad. I mean, if he was if they're parallel people, right? He was a fighter in his lane, and they're beefing, and like, let's settle this. They both make a big bag. That'd be the best solution.
Just everybody settles their problems now with celebrity fight matches.
Want to get that bag? I mean, we might as well talk about that.
Dude, I forgot to mention it. There was an oblique kick knockout last night. Gruesome.
Oblique kick.
Here?
No, he kicked him like in the knee. Like,
ooh.
I'll show it to you after. It's
cartilage.
Dude, you can see there's one clip where you get a shot of John Anik, Bisping, and the other dude. I think it was Felder. I can't remember who the third one was. And you can see someone directly behind them sitting at a table. And as it happens, you just see him go. Like, it's fucking.
And you want to show us. Cool.
You're going to allow us to talk about Jake Paul?
We're in the thing. Did you watch it?
I watched the highlights of it.
Did you watch it?
I watched it, yeah.
How'd you watch it?
What are you trying to fucking dry snitch here? What's going on here?
Matt stole it.
No, I watched it by, I went on TikTok and looked for it live.
Okay.
You paid Hotep Jesus for it?
No. But then a guy posted, it goes, go to my channel. As soon as Jake Paul walks out, I'm going to Instagram live it. My buddy is Instagram living this, and it was just a guy holding up the phone to a TV.
Okay. That was nice of him.
I could have just sent you a link.
That's what I think it deserved.
So I thought Matt was going to soar in here on his own wings today.
Meaning what?
I can't believe he won.
Who? Jake Paul won.
Yeah, I know.
Did I say he was going to win in our prediction?
No.
Oh, you thought I was going to fly in here, yeah?
It was whatever. Don't worry about it.
Do you think it was a good fight? There's the conspiracy theory that there's
Tyrone Woodley did terribly.
Tyron,
whatever.
But when he knocked him in the ropes, he could have gone for the kill.
He
there.
needed to finish. He needed to be pushing forward the whole time. Like, he should have been the aggressor the whole time.
And there's another.
First of all, Tyron Woodley could have won the fight via decision. Okay, let me say this first of all: the judging is terrible.
You think it was like a hometown crowd thing? You think watching that fight, Tyrone Woodley should have won?
No, that's not it at all. It was first of all, it was a split decision.
And if
you looked at it, they had there was nothing even close as far as each round. Every judge had rounds differently, so there was no continuity.
How does that make sense? Like, shouldn't they all be pretty much doing their job and getting the same fucking? Shouldn't have one guy at whatever and the other guy 20 points. You know what I mean?
Here's my other problem. I've mentioned this 100 times. I don't understand why they have this 10-point must system. It doesn't. I've never in my life seen someone get a 10-6 round.
It's so they can cheat somehow, I'm sure, like to rig boxing matches. You know what I mean?
But you guys don't think this was rigged?
No, I don't know.
But like Tyron Woodley was saying that one round he thought it should have been a 10-8. And like, I guess maybe. But the problem is they don't give out 10-8s often. And then it just got me thinking again, like, why do we even have this ridiculous point system of like
he knocked the guy down.
Well, he didn't. He hit the ropes.
Whatever. Anyways.
But there's also a shot where it looks like Jake hits Tyron and he falls into him and he sort of holds him up almost.
Okay.
Those are the conspiracy moments, the ropes and the thing that didn't happen.
I mean, to me, it was like, but Bisbing called it the best. His after fight comments, he was like, this is exactly what Tyron did in his last UFC match. He wasn't the Tyron of old, and
I mean, the guy's my age.
put him. I want to see Jake Paul fight a boxer.
Yeah, because
like, just enough now. Like, if you're
UFC
boxing, then fight a boxer. Don't fight basketball players. Don't fight UFC guys. Box a boxer. That's what I mean.
Someone was saying, if a UFC fighter goes into boxing, when they start feeling pressure, their body's going to go back into
they want to kick
fundamentals they know of
whatever,
UFC.
yeah.
So it's actually a detriment. Would you want to see them fight again?
No.
Oh my God, no.
Like I said, I want to see them. I really want to see him fight a boxer.
Canelo.
No, it doesn't have to be a crazy boxer like that. I want to see him fight any boxer. Just so because right now we don't know how good a boxer he is.
He's okay, though.
Here's a fun story.
No, he's not useless.
He's not useless. He's not useless.
Here's a fun little fact for you. Tyron Woodley fought in the UFC, I believe 16 fights. He made a total of $4.8 million in 16 fights.
That career.
Wow. In this fight?
$2 million plus pay-per-view points.
He wants to fight Jake again.
Oh, he'd fight him every day of the week if he had the fucking choice.
Apparently, if he gets a
took
tattoo, I love Jake.
Zero damage.
He'll give a rematch.
Zero damage.
He took a few shots, but I mean, he's a fighter. He's used to taking shots.
He's used to taking like real shots, not fucking Jake Paul shots.
Yeah, I mean, again, I just found it funny that I saw a lot of people online that were like, he owes him a rematch. I was like, dude, this kid just put $2 million in his pocket. He doesn't owe him jack shit.
He said if he gets a tattoo saying "I love,"
yeah,
Jake,
I saw the whole thing.
I'd do it.
I just don't think any of that's going to happen.
Tattoo over it after, or just say you love Jake.
It's funny because I went home.
Paid you $2 million.
I went home and I was going to put money on the fight, and then I stopped and I just stopped for a second. I was like, okay. I was like, I do this all the time where I'm like Vegas has this big time wrong, and they don't often. That's the first thing. But the second thing too is I was just like, this isn't his sport. He's 38 years old. He's fighting a kid in his 20s.
I think it's.
I was like, there's no way he's going to knock him out.
I think it's interesting for Jake Paul moving forward. Like Tyron Woodley can't fight someone else except for Jake Paul if he gets a rematch, right? He should focus around.
Tyron Woodley put out a rap song called "I'll Knock Your Ass Out," and he's gone 0-5 since he released that song.
No, he's gonna either have to like go into bare knuckle fights or
buy a restaurant, start a
back to the
business,
UFC.
become an entrepreneur.
He's not going back to the UFC.
That's what I mean.
But Jake Paul has to find a really compelling opponent now. Like you said, he can't get another UFC fighter.
The problem is, I think compelling can be just another famous person.
Yeah, like
that
Conor
gets
McGregor,
enough people
which they can't fight
interested.
because their size is too
What
different.
about GSP?
Yeah, there you go. That'd be compelling.
Again,
You need a
sure,
boxer.
it would be compelling. I want to see him fight a
What
boxer.
about Mike Tyson?
Right. Let's do it.
Yes.
Or who did Mike Tyson just fight?
You can't
Roy
do
Jones
that, though.
Jr.
Roy Jones.
I don't think he can fight Mike Tyson.
Too much of
The
a.
clear conscious.
No, he just can't talk that kind of shit. And
Yeah.
that's how you sell the. That's how you sell the
Mike will
fight.
strangle and kill him before
Yeah,
they get to the ring.
Like
and ruin the
I
whole thing.
raped a woman and I went to jail. I literally.
And he's the type of troll shit talker that would dig deep to try to.
Yeah.
Because whenever the Paul brothers are talking shit, they say stuff like, "I know this is gonna hurt you." Like, I don't think McGregor when he talks shit, he just talks down in this condescending way.
Yeah.
Makes him seem like an asshole. But I guess he does go deep. I don't know.
McGregor goes pretty deep, dude.
That would be the Saturday Night Live version of McGregor.
McGregor, yeah.
McGruber. Oh, did I talk about the Val Kilmer documentary?
Yeah, Val,
Yeah.
you mentioned it.
Just recycling everything.
Put out there. No, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. I work off notes and Joe and the guest.
So you really didn't watch or listen to anything else this week? That's interesting.
No, I mean, the biggest thing I want to talk about is Kanye and Drake. Did you listen to the album?
Which one? Drake's album?
Now
Or
I'm running out of.
Kanye's?
This is it. Like this was.
I don't care. Let's talk about it. I listened to Drake. I listened to that
You
album.
listened to the new album,
It
but
is fucking terrible.
But you didn't listen to Kanye's album at all.
No.
There are I bet you 5 songs that you think are amazing.
People like
Out of
it.
27, I think it's amazing, and I think it's better than Drake's album.
Hold on. You think it's amazing?
Yeah.
So 27 songs. You think?
No, that can't be. But 10 songs, had he made a normal album,
And you think lyrically or just the beats?
I thought you said it was gospel. It's not gospel.
It is.
It is. But like I said, you hear it 4 times, you stop hearing the Jesus, and it's just a melody more than like you're like, is he only talking about God?
I think that's what people say about the Bible a lot.
But I think
Yeah, just tune Jesus out, and it's actually a readable book.
Just like the melody.
Kanye is better at making music, and Drake is a better rapper, sort of flow style delivery. And if they ever collaborate, I think it'd probably be pretty good.
The beats Drake chooses are absolute dog shit.
So you did listen. It's underwhelming, eh?
Oh, it's terrible. It's so bad.
Because half his stuff is all R&B, croony, singing stuff.
It's terrible.
Do you know what Kanye did for his listening party? Did I talk about that? I did.
Yes, you did.
He's way more creative than Drake is. And I think Drake won this, though, in the eyes of hardcore hip-hoppers.
But creative, like Kanye throws so much shit at the wall that I don't know.
It might be over excessive. Yeah, that's possible. But you need
It's not possible. That's a
you need someone out there doing that.
I'm not saying you don't. Listen, I'm not a fan of Kanye. He's allowed to be out there. You're allowed to be a fan of his. I'm not sitting here like you're a fucking idiot. It's fine.
Do you think you would have liked him better if he never did that to Taylor Swift?
I don't give a shit.
Did you think it was funny at the time, or you thought it was a dick? You thought it was a dick.
Well, I
Well,
definitely
he
thought he
bought
was a
this
dick.
I mean,
for
it's
sure.
it's a dick move.
But Beyonce did have the better video. And he was young and wild and out. I just think this stuff sticks with him.
Keep in mind too. I also thought Old Dirty was a dick when he did it.
Does
Just
that? Who did he
not.
do it to?
Remember when he went up at
Leanne Rimes or something?
Remember he went up and he was like, Wu-Tang is for the children. Wu-Tang. You don't remember that?
No, you see, I don't even remember that.
They are the 2 moments that are referred to
Yeah.
as sound disrupting.
Yeah.
I
But-
just watched something.
Adam
Sorry.
Yoke did it.
Did he to who?
They don't connect him.
Yeah, he did it
That's
dressed
racist,
up
eh?
as
Still, it's the same difference.
wasn't that at an MTV thing though?
Remember he wore the Lederhosens? I think Kanye was on MTV, not the Grammys. And Wu-Tang was the Grammys.
Oh, I watched.
Old Dirty Bastard.
I watched the craziest movie. It's called. Oh shit! What is it called? Something. The Dead Don't Die. It's on Netflix. It's with Bill Murray, Adam Driver. It's just a crazy movie. It's about zombies, but it's not really about zombies. And at one point at the beginning, a Purolator truck shows up, but it's got a Wu-Tang symbol on it, and it's called Wu PS. And who gets out? RZA. And he's
Donnell
he's
Rawlings?
a delivery guy. No, it's just like, it's so weird, dude. It's super
Interesting.
weird, yeah. But the movies, I don't know. It's not great.
I mean, Wu-Tang is arguably the biggest thing that has ever come out of hip hop, in my opinion.
Till Drake.
No.
They made hip-hop mainstream, but Kanye and Drake and Jay-Z have...
I'm not talking about numbers. I'm just saying, like, if you
Yeah.
see the Wu-Tang symbol,
The brand.
people that are 50 know it. People that are 18 know it. It's like
I agree with that.
What do you think are the most, give me the top 5, your top 5 most iconic album covers?
Ghetto Boys,
Well, Abbey Road is probably a tough one not to
Abbey
think is-
Road. You know the Ghetto Boys when Bushwick Bill's in the hospital on the phone?
Yeah, but I don't think most people would say that's like your personal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what do I think? 100 people? Is this like more like Family Feud?
I don't know. Matt took it in that direction because he
Well,
said
no,
the
because I
Beatles.
also no, but even then, I'm thinking just as far as I don't care who you are. If you
Yeah.
if someone says first album cover that comes to mind, there's a good chance Abbey Road is
Well,
it.
the problem is the Beatles have too many.
Well, Sgt. Pepper.
Sgt. Pepper.
That's what I was wrestling with that one.
Yellow Submarine, Help. They're all fucking iconic. So let's forget the Beatles.
okay,
Leave the Beatles out of it.
okay.
Nirvana.
Oh,
sure.
for sure. The Nevermind album.
Except that guy came back.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
one, Kamar.
That's a great pick.
I think, shit, I just had it on the tip. Oh, License to Ill.
Yes. Oh my God. That is my album cover. I just realized that. And I
The-
did not like it when
Yeah.
you.
Like, that's probably the one that's the most for me.
I did not appreciate Eminem trying to do that with Kamikaze either.
What?
He recreated it for his album.
Okay. So there's two.
Paul's Boutique is pretty crazy too.
Oh, Illmatic.
I don't even know.
Is that
what
the
is.
building in the face? Yeah.
Nas's face, yeah. And on that note, I guess 36 Chambers for me would also be one
That's a Wu-Tang.
where they're wearing where it's like he's got the mask on and it's kind of like a blurry.
What's the cover of Cream? It's just their symbol? No.
What do you mean? There's no cover of Cream.
Oh, there isn't?
Cream is on 36 Chambers.
Is it Electric Relaxation? No, Midnight Marauders.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
stuck out of my head too.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Because they
The
used
Far
to,
Side album too. For some reason,
the Far Side one, yeah. Because that's an awesome drawing. When you take
Yeah.
that album
Yeah.
and spread it, it goes all the way. Dude, I used to copy that so much when I drew.
what is it? The Wild Ride? Is that the name of that album?
Sure, that sounds possible. Yeah.
Guns N' Roses.
Oh, Appetite for Destruction. That was such a huge one.
That's a good T or cross rather.
Oh, I realize I'm now stealing this from.
Sunday Papers.
Yeah. Because they
This is unreal.
they talked
This
about
is unreal.
Appetite
Fucking
for
liar.
Destruction.
You should be fucking
No.
I was sitting
It
there
happened.
drawn and
looking at
quartered.
Simon coming up with a segment. This is great.
No.
I could do this
Yeah,
the
this
rest of
guy-
my
no,
life.
no, This guy comes up with-
It happened because I was listening to them, and neither of them mentioned the Beastie Boys, and I was like, "You guys don't know what the fuck."
Oh, they
you're
missed.
talking
They
about."
missed.
Yeah.
They missed one.
Of course, because
But is
they're
that- they're
even
like-
older
yeah,
than we are.
that's what
But
I'm
fucking
saying.
Gibbons gave Billie Eilish way too much credit.
Oh, they do. They have a lot of listen. We have old man opinions, and then there's even older man
Yeah,
opinions.
but
you
he
know?
thinks his opinion is like very valid.
Yeah,
it is.
I
to
definitely
him,
don't
it
think
is.
mine is valid at all.
What's the best live performance you've ever seen?
That's live performance.
It would be. Is there a difference if you see them at a music festival or you see them at their own show? You know, because
It's the same.
It is not, because if you go see their own show, they might have like Madonna. I think is the craziest thing I ever saw.
Mine was Dinosaur Jr., Halloween, Massey Hall.
Lou Barlow.
It was amazing.
Massey Hall, interesting.
Madonna at the Air Canada Centre, 40 guys with bagpipes on a flipping stage, and I knew all the songs. You know, I was there with the girl.
But my
Come on,
favorite,
like a virgin.
man.
my favorite concert I've ever been to,
Yeah.
I think, was Girl Talk.
Again, that's what
It
I'm
was
saying.
so
Like,
amazing.
and that's at a festival.
Yeah.
You'd never see Girl Talk as their own show, but like David Bowie, Glass Spider was one of the craziest.
You saw David Bowie?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a
that's
cool. I
crazy.
had a cool stepfather that
That's
took me out there.
crazy.
Had a cool stuff.
But it was a crazy production, and the Stones too, like lights and all. Like
Yeah.
that is part of the show. Besides, like Dinosaur Jr. at Massey Hall is just wicked music. It wasn't like
It was wicked music, but,
Crazy
they,
But that might be
visuals.
that might be what
Yeah.
makes.
like
I
there
said,
was,
what's your best
Dude, there
performance,
was a
so-
part in that where he like goes off on some solo and he gets so lost that he can't find his way back to the mic in time for the song. Like it's fucking awesome, you know?
Like the first time I saw the Yeah Yeah Yeahs at Blues Fest, not knowing anything about them, and then go, whoa, you know what I mean? So that's a different experience versus going to like, I'm gonna see a show.
That's always cool too when you don't know what you're getting into and then you just watch like the best show of your life. And
It happened to me at Babylon a lot. Like I remember.
You're doing something like what?
Yeah, I remember
That hits
setting up. I remember
differently.
setting up the bar, and Caribou was playing. They were doing sound check, and I was like, "Who the fuck are these guys?" Like, this is Flying Lotus was another one. Saw
I mean,
Flying Lotus at Babylon. And I was
My
like, this
favorite
guy's
place
fucking-
to see a show is Metropolis or whatever it's called now. I think it's like the Bell.
I saw Ben Harper at Metropolis and it was one of the best shows.
That's
I've ever
That's the
seen.
coolest music venue I've ever gone repeatedly, and never every show I've seen there is
I think I saw Smashing Pumpkins.
Smashing
there,
Pumpkins,
maybe.
Beast Boys, Green Day, MIA. Who else? Rollins, but maybe he opened those.
Which one is
mixed shows.
Metropolis? Is it the one on St. Catherine near
It's
Fufuns?
huge.
It's not called
got
Metropolis anymore.
3 stories.
Apparently, they use it for one scene in Cocktail. It's a super bar.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember which one it is. That's not Club Soda. Club
No,
Soda's
Club Soda's different. What
Yeah.
a great name for a bar, though.
it's the best.
Just
Yeah,
shout out.
Club Soda's
Is
incredible.
Club Soda upstairs from Fafoons?
No, that's it's all Fufuns.
Okay, it's right beside it. Or-
Yeah, so it's okay. Yeah, so it's the Bell, whatever it is now, the Bell
and
Theater
across
now.
the
or-
street, there's always
That
that
sounds about
big
right.
yeah, I
concrete
saw Run the
thing.
Jewels there. Yeah,
That's
I've
just,
seen a couple of comedy shows there.
it's a great venue.
Run
there you
the
go.
Jewels
Run the
there
Jewels
would be amazing.
Run the Jewels. That was a good show.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Those boys.
That's yours?
No. The best. I don't know. Like again, I saw just working at a bar. I've seen so many live acts. So
The first thing I thought when you asked that was when I was a kid, I went to Lollapalooza
yeah,
and Ice Cube came out.
sick.
And you're like, rap is not good. And B, it was like, this was the beginning. It was all like Soundgarden, mostly alternative music. Like, how are you gonna fit this rapper in there? And the bass, it was so loud, and he was so good. You know, that's why I love the rap rock thing. Like, it has its place.
I rewatched that NWA movie.
Yeah.
On
Which one? The Biop or the
the
Defiant Ones?
one with.
No, Defiant Ones is more about Dr. Dre
okay,
and
sorry.
Steve.
No, this is the one with Ice Cube's son.
Yeah,
playing.
Yeah, that's NWA, yeah.
Just that kind of whole thing.
I love knowing what was going on at the time that you didn't know what was going on behind the scenes and stuff.
With Suge and all that
And
stuff.
Easy dying and like
AIDS
couldn't
will
get a
you,
vaccine
bro.
for him.
Okay, we're done.
Who do you think's gonna be on next week? You think there's gonna be no show next week?
There might be like a late, like, you know, Joe might throw us a late Saturday. Just when we think we've gotten away with it. But I have a feeling he's probably, you never know, maybe he'll figure out some Zoom shit.
No matter what, I think Brendan Schaub is due on the show, especially after his heroicness. I think he's going to end up on Rogan.
I'd be bummed if he goes on and tells that story.
I mean, Joe says he's fully booked months in advance. I don't know.
I think it's gonna be Duncan Trussell. He needs some comfort food and just.
Because Duncan is coming back to Texas to live, so...
But I think the coming with COVID, shutting down the show, getting lambasted. If he goes on with someone in anti-COVID, it's gonna be really abrasive. If you just go with Duncan, it's gonna be a great listen. And
I was going to say Alex Jones, so I guess that would go against.
I would do Alex Jones.
No,
Especially-
I think you're right, Kay, because he's going to be on soon no matter what. Like I said, because Joe convinced them to move back to Texas. They'll probably even do like a monthly thing. Where
Trussell
he's
would
on
be a
once
good
month.
reset.
But I think I'm right about this Schaub Dilly.
Schaub, you don't think there's a show? Maybe late Saturday.
I'm always wrong. Who cares? I hope there are shows this week.
I care. That's why I asked.
I'll say, I don't know. I don't even fucking know. Dude, did you hear about Kate Quigley and Antoine Fuqua?
They died?
Well, he did. He died last night at a party in L.A. or a couple of nights ago at a party in L.A. Cocaine laced with fentanyl, and she's in critical condition.
No
Two other people died.
way.
Yeah.
She's a cokehead.
Like, I don't know if she's a cokehead,
Who
but
is Kate Quigley? And
she's
who
a
is-
comedian, and she's like
But
an
the-
Instagram.
there's
Oh,
some-
I know who she
There's
is.
something
Kate
about
Q
Kate
funny.
Quigley.
Yeah, I
She's
know
like
who
the,
she
she's
is.
the hottest of the female comedians right now. Like you'd be like, I thought she was a swimsuit model. Never on Joe. She's been on Joey Diaz a lot. I've always thought that's a weird like.
Do you think it's because she sells herself with her body?
Joe sells himself with his sexy
no,
body.
there's something. Maybe they fucked. They just can't
like that.
be too close
Whoa.
together. The missus doesn't want him around her anymore.
Whoa.
But I think
whoa.
she was dating the lead singer or Darius Rucker.
I believe she was, yeah.
From
Tripoli.
Hootie and the
Did you
Blowfish?
hear the last guy at Tripoli?
No, who?
Best one in a long time.
Who was it?
I forget his name, but he's a hockey player turned comedian turned.
Oh, I think I did listen
breaks down
to
the
it.
Matrix.
Yeah, I think I did.
The World
listen.
Fair one.
Dude, okay, I wanted to talk about that.
Save for
Save
the
it for the
post
post show.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, sure.
That's how she goes, bro. That's
But
how
I
she
definitely
goes.
want to talk about
I
that.
do too.
I was enthralled.
Okay, excellent. So there you
Is
go.
that
You-
happy or sad?
Enthralled is good.
Interested.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Is that happy or sad?
Neither.
All right. If you made it this far, wow, great, incredible. We had nothing to talk about, but we somehow squeezed some juice out of nothing as we tried to. If you want to follow us on any of the socials, you can find us on Instagram and Twitter. It's at JREE Podcast. You can follow Kamar on Instagram.
Akamar Babar.
You can follow me on Instagram at Floydy, Floyd, with 5 E's at the end. And then, of course, there is the Reddit, or the subreddit, excuse me. You can join at r/JREE Podcast if you want to join in the conversation, argue about COVID, post a poll, tell me I'm shit, whatever you want. The YouTube, if you want to see what we look like, be disappointed in that. It's youtube.com/JREE Podcast. Even if you don't plan on going, just maybe slide over there, hit subscribe, would do us a great favor. We're only 150 away from 1,000, so we're trying to hit that little trying to hit that stupid
This
milestone.
shit's all over the internet, man.
What about it? KQ funny?
Why the fuck would someone cut cocaine with fentanyl? Bert Kreischer. He just tweeted that 1 minute ago. I
Why
think this
would
is
somebody cut cocaine with fentanyl?
we know why, but I think this is really breaking news.
Yeah, I told you. Yeah. What did I miss? Oh, of course, the Patreon. Kamar's Kamar's bread and butter. If you want to support the show, which we would love it if you did.
Support the show.
Support the show. You can do so for as little as $5 a month. Head over to patreon.com/JREE podcast.
And maximum of $1 billion.
Oh, we don't want to
Support
be
the show.
greedy, do we?
No,
No,
we'll share that.
just
We'll
want
share that.
everyone to know because I thought we came to that conclusion. You can donate $1 billion.
Yeah, Patreon would love that. They get their little piece. They're like, this is fucking incredible.
I approve.
Yeah, like I said, if you want to support the show, head over there. You will get the post shows, the show after the show where we shoot the shit. You'll also get the backlog of old episodes of This Won't Age Well, where we used to go back, listen to old episodes, and do what we do here. Sorry about this week. JOVID 2021 got us.
Good one. Did you save that right for now?
I mentioned it earlier. JOVID? Yeah.
Well, I didn't hear it the first time. I'm
Good
impressed
one.
the
Yeah.
second time.
Oh, okay. I think that's it.
I like it. JOVID.
Like I said, stick around for the post show. We hope you have a great week, a safe weekend, and as usual,
Keep your eyes open.